Hi, this is Logan Street with DealerSocket. Today we're going to talk about cross-site inventory and cross-site customer search. Oftentimes, and especially in today's world where we're seeing more and more dealership groups, you may run into a situation where individuals at a store level would need to see inventory at a sister store that's nearby, possibly even group wide. Or the other side of that would be they want the ability to see customer information from one site to another site. Now, obviously, there are reasons why that would be a bad idea, but in some instances, for example, where you have cross-selling going on. So in the example that we'll use today, they have a Mazda store that is literally feet from their Buick GMC store, and they're in a state that allows cross-selling of new vehicles, and their manufacturer is okay with it. So if you have a customer that's on a Mazda that wants to buy a Buick, they have to put that customer or move that customer to lost in the Mazda site, and then in the Buick GMC site, they have to basically recreate a new customer record in that situation. And rather than re-inputting everything using cross-site customer search, they can actually, with one click, pull all that information into the new site. So in order to set that up, there's a few things that you're going to need. First off, you're going to want to go to the administrator menu. So under the DealerSocket site, go to administrator. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click on site summary. And then we're going to select the site that we want to implement this on. So I'm going to go to a site that it's already implemented on and show you kind of how this works. You'll need to go ahead and make site relations in both sites. So the first thing that we're going to do is look at this site. I'm going to go to site permissions. And then if you notice right here, there's cross-site customer search and cross-site vehicle search. They are separated. So in the event that maybe a customer just wants the vehicle search, you can turn that to yes. Or if the customer just wants the customer search, you can turn that to yes as well. Okay, so you want to make sure that both of those are set to on or yes instead of no, and you'll go ahead and hit save. And then you'll repeat that process in any other site that you want this to occur. Now, there is a caveat to this. You have to be able to do, you have to be able to have site relations with those sites. So they have to essentially be under the same database or server in order for this to work. And then you will need to set up site relations for those customers, or for the users that need this functionality as well. That's kind of the permission for the search, is it won't work unless you have site relations. So once that's set for both sites, you can jump back to the CRM. And let's go to one of those sites. Okay, so as long as your site permission, or sorry, your site relations are active, and that permission under site site summary is turned on for customer search, it will work. In order to test it, though, you will need to log in as somebody at the store. As if I go and hit search right here and I just type in test or something like that, it only gives me the one dealership option. This is an FS user thing, whereas if I was a regular user that had site relations, and we'll show you here in a minute, it would show multiple franchise locations here, or sorry, multiple sites. Okay, but in order to reflect the inventory search, we're going to go ahead and hit sales and then inventory search setup. And then you're just going to specify which locations need to have access to the inventory at this site. And again, you're going to do the same thing at the opposite site. Okay, so in this example, we are on the Jerry Seiner Las Vegas Buick GMC site. That's why it's in bold right here. And the site that they have access to as far as the inventory is the Las Vegas Mazda site. And they have access to new and used. There is this read-only option right here. If you look at the help file, basically the description for read-only is this doesn't allow this store that we're on to sell vehicles or mark them as sold in inventory from this other store. But as long as they're sharing inventory like these two are, this should be fine. The other thing that you may want to look at, if they utilize DealerSocket to search all inventory, so for example, this is a Buick GMC store. You could go and add new inventory that for other stores that are using Buick GM or that have Buick GMC as a brand. Okay. So just keep that in mind. If you want to take the consultative approach, you can do that. And then you could share used inventory for the whole group if that's what they want. Again, don't just set this up. Ask the dealership some questions. Hey, would it be beneficial for the entire group to have access to, or for individual stores to have access to all the used inventory or similar inventory? I have some groups that prefer that and some groups that don't. Again, it's all how they want that set up. Once this is set, you're going to go ahead and hit save. And again, you'll do this in the opposite sites as well. I have seen instances where this can take a while to reflect. So at worst case scenario, I'd wait overnight to see if it reflects, but most of the time it's pretty quick, within the hour. We're going to go ahead and we're going to log in as a user at this site, so I can show you how the cross-site search works. I'm going to go ahead and log in. We're going to impersonate this user. I'm going to throw in my authenticator code here. We'll go ahead and log in here. So if you'll notice, when I come up here and I hit search, and I'm just going to type in test. By default, it only shows me the site that I'm in, but you'll notice now it shows Jerry Seiner Las Vegas Mazda. If I check that box, it'll give me search results for both stores. So if you scroll down right here, you'll see, this is, if it's white, it's in this existing site. Whereas if it's blue, it's in the other site. You can see it where it says Jerry Seiner Las Vegas Mazda. If I was taking this customer and adding them to this site for a sales opportunity, all I would need to do is click on that customer. It would pull this up and then it would say add customer to current site. If I click add customer to current site, it's going to pull this customer in, like the customer's information as a new customer into the Jerry Seiner Las Vegas Buick GMC site. If I click on continue, this will actually pull me over to the Mazda site where this is located. So again, that's how that would work.